Hello everyone, this is Catland. Here, with my relatives, I enjoy the view of the mountains, birdsong, and clean air, and also watching you. We have prepared some news from the lives of people and animals this week and are in a hurry to share with you. Subscribe to our channel so as not to miss the most interesting events, put the big thumbs up, and do not forget to click on the notification bell. To the news. A recent string of cloudless days in Germany saw the country's solar energy production climb above 32,000 megawatts in a single day, smashing the previous record set on March 23, according to a Bloomberg News. The sunny days are slated to continue, according to the German Weather Service, DWD. These sunny days mean that solar power is generating around 40% of the total baseline in Germany, with all their renewables together, accounted for 78%, while coal and nuclear power trailed behind with only 22%. By 2038, renewables are predicted by the German government to make up 80% of total grid production. And owners of coal plants understand that it could become completely unsustainable to continue financing operations many years before that milestone is achieved. The recent lockdown orders for COVID-19 in Germany could have had a measurable effect on the sunny days, as well as the reduction in air pollution from things like car exhaust has already been recorded as significant in countries like India, where residents have been able to see the Himalayas for the first time in 30 years. Not only are the shutdowns rewarding the solar market with clearer skies, but the already lagging coal market is taking further body blows as demand plummets from the shutdown of stores and office buildings. In Germany, renewable sources are the first to enter grid circulation, and since the decrease in energy demand, consumers are actually using less power than is available, meaning the electricity generated from a coal plant might be not only unutilized, but unpaid for. The services desired by consumers are simply being fulfilled by those most readily capable of fulfilling them. A pair of new studies reveals a silver lining amid the COVID gloom. Many fathers feel closer to their kids during the pandemic and want to create a new normal going forward. The studies revealed, as part of Canadian Men's Health Week, were conducted in May on behalf of the nonprofit Canadian Men's Health Foundation. First survey asked 1,019 Canadian fathers about the impact of the COVID lockdown on their roles as fathers. During lockdown, 40% of the respondents felt COVID-19 has had a positive impact on their role as a father, 52% are more aware of their importance as a father, and 60% felt closer to their children. Half of those surveyed have already decided to be more engaged as a father in the future. According to the study, almost two-thirds of fathers have been providing companionship to their children more often during lockdown, and almost half plan to continue doing so as restrictions are lifted. Likewise, 56% have been providing guidance to their children more often, with 46% planning to continue doing that as well. As the pandemic evolves, fathers have expressed concern that they will experience a tension between shifting back to the old normal and a desire to create a new normal going forward. We know the active and positive presence of fathers in their children's lives has a positive effect on those children's mental and physical well-being, and reduces the frequency of their negative behaviors, noted Dr. David Kuhl, a UBC professor of medicine and a co-founder of TMI. Together with a large-scale pandemic, the economic crisis that engulfed the entire planet is also increasing. Some governments are not able to cope with what is happening, and to provide appropriate social support to population. In this case, our people have developed the latest system of self-organization of society, for mutual assistance, and solving problems related to the well-being for each individual on the planet. Its essence is the competent allocation of resources, providing basic needs and mutual insurance, by creating and expanding the circle of people who agree about certain actions that will be committed when events entailing damage occur. This system frees up to 70% of the funds that are usually spent on maintaining old, obsolete management systems, and form a new society and a new economy relationships. You can find out more about the Exodus program in the link down below. We will also reveal more details of various aspects of the functioning of this system in the future. So stay tuned and join the Exodus today. Vienna is set to reward people who get around the city on foot, by bicycle, or by public transport instead of using their cars. The Austrian capital is trialing a smartphone app that uses motion tracking to measure the distance covered and the CO2 saving made. When users have saved 20 kilograms of CO2, the equivalent of about 2 weeks of walking, cycling, or using public transport, they receive a culture token. Tokens can be exchanged for free tickets to 4 cultural venues: the Volkstheater, the Vienna Museum, the Kunsthalle, and the Konzerthaus. We want to reward CO2 reduction with a cultural experience, says Vienna City Council member Peter Hank. If the trial is a success, the scheme will be rolled out to the entire capital. As reported by The Guardian, the European Space Agency is to launch a multi-armed robotic junk collector into orbit in its first mission to remove space debris circulating around Earth. After 60 years of manned launches, there are rocket remnants, thousands of defunct satellites, and hundreds of thousands of fragments cluttering geostationary and other. The debris collector will blast off in 2025 to grab just a single piece of junk, called Vespa, which was left by ESA's Vega launcher in 2013. The agency hopes the mission will pave the way for a wide-reaching clear-up operation. Imagine how dangerous sailing the high seas would be if all the ships ever lost in history were still drifting on top of the water, says Jan Warner, ESA's Director General. That is the current situation in orbit. And last, but not least, news from Catland. Some time ago, we had a new addition in our family, in the form of 11 precious kittens. The babies grew up in different parts of our residence. Nona raised her little ones, near the laundry, where she had a separate room and everything she needed, for safe motherhood. Audrey raised her children outside, in wild bushes. Crazy Cat hid hers by climbing the highest part of the residence, and chose a huge blackthorn bush as a shelter. Big City Sisters raised their kittens all together, choosing a yoga room. All the kittens have grown strong and healthy, and some time ago we found new homes for them, where they are loved and safe and sound. To find out more about the Catland, go to catland.me. This is all for today. I remind you that you can subscribe to our channel to keep up with interesting events from the world of people through the eyes of animals.